latest and the greatest in these cryptocurrency markets. Do me a quick favor, hit that like button, press that subscribe button. Now let's get into it. What in the heck is going on with Bitcoin? What is going on with cryptocurrency? Things are moving all over the place. Things seem to be getting out of control as the days start to advance. Every weekend, we have been seeing Bitcoin and cryptocurrency get destroyed. Every weekend, when the stock market is closed, we are seeing cryptocurrency get obliterated. Currently, right now, Bitcoin is sitting down $76,000 range. People are getting nervous. People are on the sidelines and on the fences wondering what the heck is going on, wondering how low will Bitcoin go. Nobody knows the future of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Things are all over the place. People are talking about the credibility of the 4-year cycle. People are talking about silver. They're talking about gold. I mean, there's a plethora of things that people are throwing into the fire pan, trying to explain what we are seeing with cryptocurrency, what we're seeing with Bitcoin. There's two different aspects that you can take a look at. You can take a look at Bitcoin as a whole, and you can take a look at cryptocurrency separately. Cryptocurrency altcoins are a beast of their own. Bitcoin, we talked about that being a store of value that's being compared to silver and gold. But when you take a look at altcoins, then we are talking about a whole entirely different beast. So if this is your first time rocking with your boy Stock Holiday, do me a quick favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as we continue to talk about the levels and the range of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency for 2026. You take a look at Dogecoin right now. Dogecoin is beat down. I'm talking about 10 cents for Dogecoin. Very low. The markets are beat down. Take a look at XRP. XRP, one of the top high-profile cryptocurrency, one of the most talked about cryptocurrency coins in the world, is beat down to $1.50. The expectations for XRP were through the roof. People are talking about the possibilities of XRP getting $20, $50. XRP is sitting at $1.50 right now. I'm talking about completely underperforming. Take a look at Solana. Solana is one of the top altcoins, layer one, top tier altcoins. Solana is currently sitting at $100. Now, that's tough. That's tough for Solana. Even a few months ago, we saw Solana middle or late last year, Q4, $260, something like that for Solana. Now we're at $100. So people are saying, what's going on right now? Are we in a bear market? Is a lot of the question that people are asking. So it's very interesting to see what type of things are happening and transpiring right now in 2026. So we're going to talk about the 4-year cycle. We're going to talk about the previous cycle, 2020 to 2021. We're going to talk about the 2024 Bitcoin halving because we really need to get some clarity as far as what we saw and what we are seeing currently. Hit that like button so we can continue, man. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me on this pop-up Sunday, but I need y'all to hit that like button. Y'all already know the rules. My man Fragrant, what's going on, man? Fragment say, yo, Stock, what's up? What happened to your coin holiday? Well, that doggone meme coin, like any other coin. The coin started out, it did real well, it ran up. Once people start selling, the trickle down effect from these coins, everybody else starts selling. And after that, that's it. You take a look at any other of these altcoins and they run the same way. You could pick any altcoin, roll your Rolodex. You could pick Mudang. Once that doggone coin go up, it does well. It's very successful. But once it hit the top and people sell, that's all it takes. And then the roof start to cave in and then it's a wrap. It is hard for these coins to come back, to bounce back. That's why we have been looking at some of these new coins that's getting on the scene. Like to find these coins where they're brand new before the ceiling collapse. That cryptocurrency, that's especially meme coins, but cryptocurrency as a whole, that's the way that they run. So that's what happened to the doggone Hollet coin. Who else we got? Tony Trump, what's going on with you, boy? Shouts out to Tony Trump, man. We've been waiting for Tony Trump Tony Trump is a special guest that we have had on our platform months ago. Donald Trump nephew always come in and peek in on us to see what's going on. I don't know if he's taking information and giving it over to the Trump administration, but Tony Trump is in the house. Shouts out to Tony Trump, man. Matter of fact, Tony Trump, I'm gonna send you a link. If you want to join us, you could kind of explain some insights as what's going on with this administration. If you have any insights on what your uncle, the President Donald Trump, is doing, we would love to hear from you. Shouts out to my man, Tony Trump. Let me go ahead and get this out the way. This is not financial advice. Anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell any crypto. This video is strictly for educational and entertainment purposes only. Before investing into anything, please consult with a professional financial advisor. So who else we got rocking with us tonight? AKA M, say what up, big dog stock? Not a lot, man. Just kicking back, chilling on this good Sunday. Sometimes you just gotta relax. You can't always be one to open up the chart, take a look and see what the price doing, the price actions. Man, especially at this particular point, we are trying to wait. We're waiting to see how the market is going to react, waiting to see what the next move in the market is going to be. Are we going to see a instant pump up? Or are we going to see an instant continuation to the downside? Is what we are waiting to see. So just being patient right now, relaxing, not getting too caught up in the moment, but at the same time, being ready, keeping my finger on the trigger in case I need to buy, hold, or sell any crypto. See who else we got rocking with us. Crypto Shark, what's going on with you, my man? Shouts out to Crypto Shark, always holding down the stock holiday show. He said, Coach, what up? Are we going to the bottom at 67K or below 50K? That is an awesome question. That's one of the things that we're going to talk about, because if you take a look at the 4-year cycle, the 4-year cycle, there's a lot of opinions about the 4-year cycle. And my opinion is kind of in the middle. But if you really take a look at Bitcoin, the Bitcoin cycle, which is what it is, it's not called the altcoin cycle. It's called the Bitcoin cycle. We're going to take a look at the Bitcoin cycle. The altcoin cycle, we're not talking about it. That is not the thing. Altcoins do not have an altcoin habit. Bitcoin is what have a 4-year habit. Bitcoin is what the 4-year cycle is, not altcoin. So we're going to clear that up. I'm going to give you guys my opinion on what I think about that. But that is an awesome question. Will Bitcoin be going down $67,000 or below $50,000? That is a very, very good question. Nothing like a good cold drink. But my man Roland Curtis, what's going on with you, my man? Roland Curtis say, what up, coach? Is it for you? He said, what? Is it too late for you guys to sell? Oddly enough, I sold off 85% a few. Let me see, roll up. I'll get this out the way. Okay. A few months ago because of something that you said in one of your lives, and it was the best move that I could have made. Shouts out to Roland Curtis. Shouts out to him for being courageous enough to sell, because it is hard to sell. But sometimes, as the CEO of your own portfolio, you have to make tough decisions. Yeah, I know sometimes we get caught up, we get married to some of these plays. One of the coaching calls I had last week, he said, man, I just love this play. I think it's going to continue to go up. I think it's going to do a 50X. I'm like, man, don't get caught up in these plays. Don't fall in love with these plays. Don't put a ring on these plays. Do not get married to any of these plays, because typically these doggone plays are going to go down. So lessons learned from experience that we've seen, that we've been in various coins. A lot of times these coins will come out, the developer will come out and hype us up, pump us up. They'll put all type of things on their social media platforms to get us into believing that this coin is the next big thing. This coin is the next Bitcoin. Jasmy coin is the Bitcoin of Japan. Sui is going to be the next Solana. I mean, so you really have to slow down, take it with a grain of salt, and move accordingly. Cycle are very important. Bitcoin cycle points are very important. One of the things that I have noticed and that I am noticing is that the 4 year cycle is undefeated. The 4 year Bitcoin cycle is undefeated. Don't get it twisted and mixed up with altcoins. Altcoins do not have a altcoin halving. Altcoins don't have a 4 year cycle. So let's see who else we got rocking and rolling with us. Tony Trump saying we in a whole lot of shit. You ain't lying about that, man. Altcoins. If you're in altcoins, that means you done stepped in some poo poo. You done stepped in a whole lot of shit. He say buy low, sell high. That's all we can do right now. All we can do is move forward and make the right moves. Buy these doggone things while they're low. When the price run up, you have to sell. The only way you can make profits is to sell. I know a lot of times we want to hodl, we want to hold on for dear life. We want to be in the XRP army. I'm never selling. We want to be in the jasmy coin army. I'm never selling. Why are you in this for? Are you in this just to be extra liquidity? Or are you in this to make exponential gains? Shouts out to Crypto Shark, man. I appreciate the super chat. It is always good to see my people support the channel with a little bit of gratuity. My man Crypto Shark saying, I think we are on the bear market since 2025, and Bitcoin was going up because of all the institutions buying. That is a good statement. What I can take from that, yeah, the bear market charts did appear for altcoins in 2025 because we saw altcoins down 70, 80, 90%. True indeed. But Bitcoin, in my opinion, was up in 2025 because of the 4 year cycle. Let me go ahead and talk about the 4 year cycle with Bitcoin. Bitcoin was supposed to make its new all time high in 2025. Always the year after the Bitcoin halving, we've seen Bitcoin make its new all time high. So, what happened after the 2024 Bitcoin halving? The exact same thing that was supposed to happen. Bitcoin was supposed to, it hit its all time high in 2025, about 550 days after the Bitcoin happened. And that is exactly what happened. What did we do? We wanted to move the goalposts. We wanted to say, it's going to be November, December. We overstayed our welcome. We had the numbers, we had the data, but we tried to be the smartest in the room. So, in saying that, the 4 year cycle is still intact. Always the year after the Bitcoin halving, we see Bitcoin hit that all time high. The year after Bitcoin hit its all time high is when we see what? Is when we see the bear market, is when we see crypto winter. Go back to the previous cycle. 2020 was the Bitcoin halving. 2021, we saw Bitcoin hit an all time high, up $69,000. What happened in 2022? Did we see a bear market? Did we see a crypto winter after the Bitcoin hit its all-time high in 2021? Yes, we did. 2022, we saw the bear market. We saw Bitcoin get down to $17,000, $16,000. Where are we at right now currently? We are the year after Bitcoin hit its all-time high. After 2025, Bitcoin hit $126,000. We are currently sitting in 2026. I could vividly remember 2022. When Bitcoin was tanking, we were sitting in the bear market, didn't know it. What are we doing right now? Are we sitting in the bear market and don't know it? Are we still trying to play with the numbers? Are we still trying to be the smartest in the room? Did we not learn anything from the previous cycle? Yeah, we all thought Bitcoin was going to go to $100,000 in 2021. What did we do in 2021? We moved the goalposts. We said, you know what? It's probably going to get extended to 2022. What did 2022 do? It did what it was supposed to do. It did what it has done after each, during each cycle after the all-time high year. It declined. The crypto winter came. Altcoins got obliterated, down 80%. Bitcoin went down, got cut 76%. You talking about going $69,000 to $16,000? Imagine going $69,000 to $35,000. That's 50%. That's harsh. It went below 35K. It went to $16,000 or $15,000. So us right now currently sitting at $76,000 market cap price for Bitcoin. That's good compared to where we could potentially go, to where we really could potentially see Bitcoin tank down to. Hold tight. Let's see. Yeah, so that's what we're looking at right now. So potentially, if you, when you run the numbers and you compare it to where Bitcoin could go down to, if we were to dip to take a 70%, 75% shave, you're talking about $30,000, $35,000, $40,000 Bitcoin. That is a rough number to imagine. That is a nasty number to envision. To even think about Bitcoin getting as low as 35 or $40,000 sounds insane. I'm talking about people will be kicking themselves on one end, and on the other end, people will be celebrating. They'd be saying, "Damn, I never thought I would have another opportunity to get Bitcoin at this low." Imagine what the price of your altcoins will be if Bitcoin get to 40, $45,000. How low do you think Solana will be? Solana's sitting at $100 right now, and Bitcoin is at 76. If Bitcoin get near that $40,000 mark, imagine how low Solana will get. You tell me that's what happens in crypto winter. The entire market gets squeezed out. 2025, we saw altcoins get drained. Do altcoins have enough in it to get drained again in 2026? Mm. We did see some of the altcoins make a new all-time high in 2025, even get close to their all-time highs in 2025. We saw Ethereum get up to $4,900. It made a new all-time high. We saw Solana get very close to its previous all-time high. Saw XRP get very close to its previous all-time high. So 2025 did what it was supposed to do. Now the coins that did tank, that did get obliterated, maybe those are the true SHIT coins, like everybody like to say. Oh, this is an S coin, this is an S coin. Well, if that coin was down 70, 80, 90% in 2025, and it wasn't an official bear market, maybe the bear market is 2026. Oh, we are going to get destroyed. Those coins are going to get down very close to zero. So 2026 is going to be a truth teller. 2026 is going to be a truth teller because it's going to let us know more about the 4-year cycle. It's going to give us more confirmations as far as the 4-year cycle and its validity, as far as the Bitcoin halving. The year after the Bitcoin halving, we hit an all-time high. After we hit the all-time high, the year after that is when we see the bear market and crypto winter. 2026, if you're still standing on the 4-year cycle of Bitcoin, 2026 is supposed to be the official bear market. 2026 is supposed to be the official year when we see crypto winter. We are going to learn a lot in 2026. Yeah, our portfolios might get destroyed, but the value that we're going to learn this year is going to carry us for years. I mean, once we confirm what's happening in 2026, are we good? Just like 2025 is done, we were speculating what was going to happen in 2025. We have all of that data now. Now we need the data of 2026. So we just being patient. It is not going to happen overnight. This is going to be a progressive movement that we're going to see 2026 play out. So let's see who else we got rocking and rolling with us on this glorious, wonderful Sunday afternoon. We know next week the Super Bowl gonna be popping off out here in the Bay Area, man. We're gonna be up there at somebody's bar celebrating. Made May stay home, do a little bit of barbecuing. So we're still trying to figure out what we're gonna do. If we're gonna have a Super Bowl party next week, or if we're gonna go to a bar and hang out and celebrate with uh, the rest of the fans. So always love the Super Bowl, even though my team haven't been in the Super Bowl for 1,000 years. I love to watch the Super Bowl. See who else we got rocking with us. Miss Cheryl Kendrick say, "Hey, coach, y'all remember millionaires are made during bear markets." Say it to the people in the back. Millionaires are made in the bear market. When it's tough, and the average investor, the regular retail investor, finds that it's hard to make purchases, find that it's hard to press the buy button because the market is tanking, because we don't really understand the value of dollar cost averaging, don't understand the benefits of buying low, we get bamboozled and we become exit liquidity because we continue to have the habit of buying high, buying when everybody is greedy. So shouts out to Miss Cheryl. She's saying, if that's where, okay, I think that she said, I think this will be ironed out. If we get clarity this year, we'll continue our run. Let's get it. Yeah, that Clarity Act is going to be tough, but it seems like the information or a lot of the news that's been coming out, it don't seem to really be triggering Bitcoin in a positive way, even though it may be positive news. But the way Bitcoin is reacting, Bitcoin, I want to say stubborn for lack of better words, but Bitcoin is just on its own 4 year cycle and doing what it is and have been programmed to do by Mr. Satoshi years ago. So that's why 2026 is going to be so monumental to see if Bitcoin is really truly locked into that 4 year cycle that we have become so fond of. Let's see who else we got rocking with it. Raziel Beretta, what's going on with you, brother? He said, buy high, sell really low, the the way of the crowd. Yeah, buy high, sell low. So many people get caught up in that. So many people get caught up into buying high because that's when all the hype is around. The even look at the altcoin. When the altcoins are pumping, people say, "Oh, you should look at this coin. This coin just did a 5x. Well, how come you didn't tell me about it when it was before it pumped? How come you didn't tell me about it when I could buy in low? Now you want me to buy in high after it done already pumped? You want me to become extra liquidity, huh? Buy high, sell low. You see the green candles going up. It's looking nice, pretty, and shiny. You say, "Oh, I don't want to miss this. Let me get in right now." That's called FOMO. You got the fear of missing out. How many times have we been discussing this? Don't FOMO into any play. Wait till it come down. Wait till you see a little bit of a correction. Then try to plan your entry. Then try to get some skin in the game. But don't buy high for Christ's sake. Don't go and buy gold when it's $5,600. Don't go and buy silver when it's $122. These are some of the things that we've learned over the years, having to bump our head, getting burned, being a newbie, navigating around as a lone wolf in the markets of investing, thinking that we're the smartest in the room. Let me go ahead and buy gold at $5,500. Let me get some skin in the game. For the first time in my life, I'm buying silver at $118, thinking it's going to continue to go up. Nothing goes up in a straight line. Nothing goes up forever. Always important. Wait till these things cool down. Wait till the price corrects. I like to buy my stuff in the red. When I see stuff in the red, I'm scrolling charts. I'm seeing what's down. I say, okay. And when I'm over there in the DGN world, I see these coins, they down 60, 70%. I say, okay, let me go ahead and ease in right now. And then if it recover, you seeing profits, you seeing gains. But I don't like to buy when the price is already up, when it done already shot up. It's on the spotlight. Everybody's talking about it. That's called entering to become exit liquidity. Them days are over. When you know better, you do better. Let's see who else we got rocking and rolling with us. He say, thoughts on tile, coach. Mm, tile is just like I won't say just like, but it's in the boat of the rest of our altcoins. It's a large cap coin, very popular AI coins. We know about the merge and the partnerships that Tile had over the years. So I think Tile's going to be around, but it's going to have to go through the um, aches and pains that the rest of our coins are going to have to go through, like Sui, like Solana. If Solana's getting beat down, what do you think about Tile? If Ethereum is getting beat down, what do you think about Tile? So altcoins in general are in a bad place. You take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum is the second in command, the second in charge next to Bitcoin. And even he is down 20% over the past week. So if Ethereum is getting beat up, well, I feel bad for your other altcoins. I feel bad for our other altcoins. Taking a look at Chainlink under $10. I feel bad for our altcoins. But this is something that we're going to have to go through. You want to buy low or you want to buy high? Where are the prices at right now? Are the prices low or the prices high right now? When have always been the best time to buy? When the prices are high or when the prices are low? These are basic fundamentals of looking at investments, looking at price entries. You take a look at the fear and greed index. The fear and greed index said, nah, no longer can I sit around and be at 32. No longer can I sit around and be in the high 20s. I got to keep it real with y'all. Even the fear and greed index said, let's go ahead and keep this thing real. Let's go ahead and get down to the levels that we're supposed to be at. The fear and greed index popped today down to 18. Remember months ago, we saw the fear and greed index get to extreme fear. We saw the fear and greed index get to 10. Weeks, months later, it popped up to 50. It has always been the right thing for me as the CEO of my portfolio to buy when we see fear, to buy when we see extreme fear. We're in fear now at 18. Some people will still be on the sideline complaining, say, no, I'm not going to buy right now. I'm going to wait till the price dip a little further, which is cool, But these are some of the things that we really have to pay attention to because these are the indicators that are given to us. We have to use these indicators accordingly. Take a look at the Bitcoin dominance. Take a look at the Ethereum dominance. Take a look at the global cryptocurrency market cap. These are all the indicators that are so important for us to make valuable decisions, for us to make responsible decisions as being the CEO. Do you want to get fired as the CEO of your own portfolio? Imagine you firing yourself as the CEO of your own portfolio because you effed it up. Never heard of anyone who fired themselves, but people fire themselves all the time in cryptocurrency. People delete their app, people sell everything, they fire themselves all the time in cryptocurrency. Let's see who else we got rocking and rolling with us. Craig Beats, what is going on with you, my man? Shouts out to my brother Craig Beats. IL3VA Cam say, Coach, it seems like if Bitcoin goes to $35,000, that some altcoins would be lower than they did in the previous cycle. It is what it is. That's what altcoins are, especially some altcoins that we may prop up on a pedestal that they shouldn't be propped up on. I'm sure there's some altcoins that we prop up that are really SHIT coins. A lot of times the community prop these coins up in and to places that they shouldn't be. We place these coins in positions in places that they shouldn't be. Learning lessons, paying attention to the movements. So many altcoins out there, it is really hard to specifically identify each and every one of them. Hard to identify the validity of each and every one of them. That's why we are getting ready to see the wave, these altcoins get wiped out. So many altcoins are in the process of getting completely wiped out. There's too many of them. These things are going to get killed off. These coins are going to die off. So this is what we probably will continue to see in 2026. We've already seen it in 2025. So many coins we don't even talk about no more. They're wiped out, set to the side. So pay attention to it. That's why doing portfolio analysis is very important. Are you still holding on to altcoins that are not performing, that won't and don't have any signs of life? I do about one portfolio analysis one-on-one per week. Very interesting to hear the strategies of people when they're talking about the coins that they are in. A lot of times it's emotions. People get wrapped up emotionally into these coins. You get emotionally connected to these coins and you just don't want to let them go. Let's see who else we got rocking and rolling with us. JoJo773 TV. Shouts out to JoJo773 TV. He said, don't be a fool. If Bitcoin hits $35,000, buy in immediately as much as you can. Opportunities of a lifetime. If you could see a $35,000 Bitcoin, I'm trying to think, what would I do if I saw 30? I'm looking around at my assets now. That's just me. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm looking around at my assets. I'm like, man, if I seen Bitcoin get to $35,000, what do I have in sight that I could sell? I got a couple of computers that may be worth a few thousand. Vehicle don't really use. Looking around, what kind of assets do I have to where I could increase my dry powder and transfer over into a $35,000 Bitcoin? Wow. Now let me tell you this. If Bitcoin get down to $35,000, $40,000 range, the way that we have been talking about the scarcity of Bitcoin and how everybody will try to attain at least one whole Bitcoin, Bitcoin is going to get consumed very rapidly. And when Bitcoin get consumed very rapidly, the price is going to shoot. The demand is going to increase because the price is going to get low. As the demand increase, the price is going to run up. Once the price run up, if people hold on to this thing that they call Bitcoin, to this thing that they say is a store of value, similar to silver and gold, when they talk about the price that Bitcoin could be during the next Bitcoin halving, or imagine the price of Bitcoin 2029, the year after the Bitcoin halving. If we're still talking about the 4-year cycle, Bitcoin went from, you go back to the previous cycle, $4,000 in 2020. 2021, you hit $69,000. The year after that, you go back down to $16,000, 2022. The next all-time high, the year after the Bitcoin halving, you hit $126,000. So you're talking about going from a low point of $16,000, and the next time you hit the all-time high, you're at $126,000. Let's take a look at where we could go in 2026. If we get to $35,000, $40,000 in 2026. So you got to 16 in 2022. Let me just run the math in my head. 16,000 in 2022. You get about an 8x going into 2025. So if you get to 40,000 in 2025, 2026, you do an 8x, 8 times 4. So we could be looking at $350,000 Bitcoin 2029. And then if you are doing an increase, yeah, you could be looking at $300,000, $500,000 Bitcoin 2029, the year after the next Bitcoin halving. So if you could get Bitcoin at $40,000 and do it 8x, that'll be beautiful. That is what people are signing up for. That is what people are lining up for. That is what people are preparing for. if they could get in at the bottom of Bitcoin, like those of us who got in at the bottom of Bitcoin in 2022. See who else we got rocking and rolling with us on this wonderful Sunday afternoon. Craig Beach said the next few days are crucial. We putting in shorts now or we waiting? Good question. JoJo77 say shorts are definitely the play for the next week coming. Why? Okay. He said, wise mind. Is that who JoJo is? Wise mind? He said, I agree, which make me think another baby altcoin season is coming soon before the final drop. Now that's a cold one there. If we could get another baby altcoin season, interesting to think about. He said you're either going to gain knowledge or wealth this year. Both are valuable for the future. You're in line about that. Even if you don't make any money, even if you lose money, but just to gain the knowledge is very valuable. He said only if, okay. He said they don't want the Clarity Act to pass anytime soon. They want to rug a bunch of MS for the next couple of years before they crack down on it. Yeah, but even if they crack down on it, they still gonna be able to manipulate and do what it is that they want to do. So just not sure of why they are. Maybe because maybe the banks don't want the Clarity Act approved because we know the banks are still in bed with the politicians. So tough one, definitely a tough one. Dynamic Century, what's going on, brother? You say don't buy until 2027, 2028, more down to go. Don't buy until 2027. Man, this is the beginning of 2026. 2026 could get down real low. 2028, that's the Bitcoin halving. Typically, what the play has always been, you want to buy 550 days before the Bitcoin halving and sell about 550 days after the Bitcoin halving. I'm gonna continue to stand on because if you go back time after time again, even 2025, that was the doggone play. Monday morning quarterback, but like you say, even if you lost money, you gained the valuable knowledge. The knowledge that we gain is valuable. The knowledge we're going to gain going through 2026 is going to be priceless. So I'm not waiting to 2027, 2028 to be buying. I'm going to be selling. He's 30,000. The rest of the smaller alts are going to zero. Yeah, some of them are going to be toast. JoJo say XRP is number 2 in crypto because of its utility for remittances. That's important. That's very awesome point. Very good point. I think a lot of people are underestimating XRP. I think the value of XRP could be very huge. I always go back to how XRP has been the only altcoin that has ever surpassed the market cap of Bitcoin. XRP could flip Ethereum. Could it flip Bitcoin again? Man, in this cryptocurrency space, you just never, ever know. But I'm always keeping that in the back of my head that XRP was the only altcoin that has ever surpassed and flipped Bitcoin. Last cycle, we were talking about the Ethereum flipping it. We were talking about Ethereum flipping Bitcoin. And now you see the space that Bitcoin has placed between it and Ethereum. Let's see who else we got rocking and rolling with us today. Bitcoin is stored value that can be pulled at any moment. Fashion Belts, what's going on, man? He said there isn't a bear market. Why is everyone crying? It needs a pullback to reset for the next leg up. Okay, I respect everybody's opinion. Fashion Belt say this is not a bear market. Y'all chill the F out. Why is everyone crying? He say It needs a pullback to reset for the next big leg up. This is just a pullback, according to fashion. This is just a little bit of a correction because nothing goes up in a straight line. This is just a pullback that we're seeing before we see the next leg up. So it's always good to hear everybody's opinion and everybody's viewpoints. Craig Beats say dynamic. I agree somewhere around there. Everything will crash. I'm wondering who Trump going to blame it on. Fashion 3 to 4 red months in a row is a bear market, bro. It is what it is. Doesn't mean we can't have rallies though. Another great point. You see 3 to 4 red months for Bitcoin. If it looked like a bear, walk like a bear, it's a doggone bear. In fact, JoJo said by March it'll be green as St. Patrick's Day. Man, that's a roller coaster. You get 4 red months, maybe get 5 red months. February may be red. You get a little green, spot of green here and there, but majority of the time it's gonna be red like ketchup. Who else we got rocking and rolling with us? Fashion say beginning of Q2, things will really start flying. That'll be beautiful for a lot of our portfolios. Jumpstar Garage TV say check redacted video out after this live. Bitcoin goes to 35K. The crazy thing is, Coach, I think XRP will be the cream of the crop. Ooh, I didn't think about that. So if Bitcoin get down to $40,000 range, will that be a point in time to where XRP will be flipping Bitcoin? How strong and steady will XRP be? I didn't think about that. He said, I'm wise mind, Coach. Wise mind using his burner account. Trying to duck child support, huh? He don't want nobody to know that he sold all his Bitcoin at $126,000. Wise mind say this is not financial advice. I didn't make no money in Bitcoin, no money in crypto. My alias name backwards. Boy, y'all something else. He said, we know the banks have been in crypto for at least 10 years using blockchain. Digital assets, Canton parent company, Clarity Act passing will basically kill small caps overnight. Yeah. And that's why we need the Clarity Act. We need things to get back to some order because it's like the wild, wild west right now. A lot of these altcoins, anybody's able to make a doggone meme coin. I mean, that is part of what is sucking the liquidity out. So many people, I'm even over there on Moonshot buying these coins, buy them for a few hours, sell them, make some money. So that's taken a lot of the liquidity and a lot of the traditional movements right out of the cryptocurrency market. So it is what it is, man. But that Clarity Act will resolve a lot of that. Raziel say about 20 to 25% of my total performance left. I'm either round tripping or waiting for a miracle. Hey, join the boat, man. Join the Titanic, brother. We gonna round trip or we gonna wait for a miracle. Hey, they say if you can make feed 5,000 with a few fish, walk on water, turn water into wine, man, we're gonna need to turn this cycle into a bull market. We're gonna need to turn this cycle into a bull market. That's the miracle. If there's any miracles out there, we need to turn this cycle into a bull market. We need to see an altcoin season. Show us to where we can see Ethereum hit $12,000. Come on now. That's what we were expecting. At least $8,000. At least doubling from the previous all-time high. Old man Ether couldn't even touch 5K. That I don't think if we would have placed a bet with anybody in the cryptocurrency community, everybody would have said, "Oh, Ether $5,000, man. Ethereum gonna hit $5,000 with its eyes closed." Everybody got bamboozled. Everybody thought altcoins were going to explode. I thought Solana was going to hit $700-800 conservative. Tough, man. It was tough to watch 2025 and how things transpired. I'm talking about we were down. Were we yeah, we were let down. Were we fooled? I don't know. I mean, it's still hard to break down exactly what took place, why it took place in 2025. 2025 is one that needs to be studied. We need to do a documentary on the cryptocurrency market of 2025. I need to interview Wiseman. I need to interview Craig Beats. Need to interview Crypto Shark and say, man, I need y'all to get into this documentary. We're gonna do a cryptocurrency 2025 documentary. What happened in 2025? What do you think was supposed to happen? What were you banking on? Why were you banking on these results? Ethereum on a move, price down 3.05% in the last 8 hours. Notification just popped up on my phone. Constantly getting notifications popping up. This coin down, that coin down. Turn the notifications off. Tired of seeing these notifications. Where are we going to act right now? The year after Bitcoin hit its all-time high is typically the bear market. Going to always see notifications. This coin's down, that coin's down. Whew. See who else we got rocking and rolling with us. That is funny. Doug 7696, what's going on with you, brother? Doug say the 4-year halving means nothing now. Full adoption is here. Bitcoin over $250,000 this year. Call me crazy. Take a screenshot of this post. Well, you say the 4-year halving don't mean anything. I think it does. When we say the 4-year halving, we're talking about the Bitcoin halving. We're not talking about altcoins. So just because altcoins are looking nasty, altcoins are exposed. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin has a halving. Altcoins don't have a halving. So when we talk about the 4-year cycle, we're talking about the 4-year Bitcoin cycle. So if you look at the 4-year Bitcoin cycle, we're on track. We're still lined up accordingly. Craig Beats, Dougie, I just took a screenshot. Y'all hella funny. He say, do you know my name? Doug, you crazy than an MF. Wise man say, turn water into swine, huh? Woo, we turn that water into a bull market. He said, what happened to the other account? You confusing coach over here. Now I see what these cats be doing with their comments, man. If I block somebody, they just come back with a new name and be coming with the same little BS. Okay, Doug said he loaded up on XCN, paying my bills now with stake rewards. Outstanding job. He loaded up with XCN. He staked his XCN, made profits, got some reward points, got some percentages. Now he's in a profit. Now he can take it all out right now, pay some bills. Outstanding job. Dougie Fresh. Everybody call me IL3. This boy. Why am I okay? Might as well switch that back. Ain't nobody calling. Craig Beach, hey, you need to be a comedian, boy. Oh, he be having rolling, boy. He say nobody calling you IL3, bro. Change that stuff back to wise mind. Antoine, what's going on with you, my man? He said, Coach, you think a lot of people thinking it's a bear market? Yeah, a lot of people been thinking it's a bear market for a while. Especially after Bitcoin and altcoins came up short in quarter 4. Pumptober didn't arrive, or maybe came early. We hit all-time high, I think it was October 6th. So caught everybody off guard. We thought it was going to go higher than that. We thought that $126,000 was just a awesome move. I know I was saying like 145 is where I was going to start reeling my pole in. So, a lot of people have been talking about a bear market for a while, but then when you kind of take a look at the 4-year cycle and you really clarify what we mean by the 4-year cycle, we mean the 4-year Bitcoin cycle. When you compare it to the previous Bitcoin cycles and then Bitcoin halvings, then things are lining up perfectly. You got the Bitcoin halving. The year after the Bitcoin halving, we see an all-time high. And the year after that is where we see a bear market. Where are we at right now in 2026? We're right where we supposed to be. We're doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. If you are following the 4-year cycle, if you are following the 4-year Bitcoin cycle and not confusing it with the 4-year altcoin cycle. Yeah, altcoins did its thing or whatever in 2025, maybe had an early bear market or whatever it is, but focus on Bitcoin and you'll be okay. He said Bitcoin is now $75,000. Wow. Bitcoin 75,000. Well, we talked about, so if we really think Bitcoin is going to $40,000, what move are we making right now? Are we really implementing dollar cost average movements right now? I know yesterday I was buying Solana at $100. I bought some chain link under $10. What else did I buy? Can't remember, but I know I did do those two purchases yesterday. My next buy for Solana will be under 90. You get under $90, I'm buying. They get under 80, I'm buying. Bitcoin, I did buy Bitcoin last year at 76. Now we at 75. I'm going to get ready to start DCN more into Bitcoin also. My Bitcoin positions are already so good that I really don't need to add more. But if we get to 50K, definitely going to start to pour into it. But I'm still keeping my hope alive for some of my altcoins. I do want to buy some of them very low, expecting these things to recover like they have done before. Some of the solid altcoins, we know some of these SHIT coins, they're not worth anything. I'm going to really completely eliminate them out of my portfolio. If they pump, they pump, but I am really getting ready to narrow down my portfolio, getting ready to narrow down my diversity level. I was too diverse, even though I did hit several plays, knocked them out of the park, made great gains. But now I'm getting ready to narrow in and hone in on a specific handful of coins. And I'm gonna take them things, I'm gonna run them things all the way to the promised land. Win or lose, this is what I am going to rock out with. So let's see who else we got rocking with us. 75K again, huh? My man Doug said, I love the interaction with the chat, coach. Crazy how some never respond to live chat. I think, why have a live if no interaction? Yeah, I appreciate that, Doug. And that was one of the things that I've noticed when I last cycle when I was watching or joining a lot of the lives, people talking about crypto. I'm like, dude, you're not responding. You see people are talking, asking questions, they're communicating. You have to interact with your live chat just to build that bond. You want to keep that conversation going back and forth. You want to see what folks are talking about. So I appreciate you for hanging out with us and supporting the Stock Holiday Show as always. So let's see who else we got rocking. My man IL3V. He said, man, I keep getting alerts all day about coins going down. Man, turn them alerts off, wise man. Turn them alerts off because man, those things will wreck your mental state. They'll have you so emotional, you be minding your business, you won't be thinking about crypto. Then an alert will pop on your phone. Ethereum down 3% in the next over the past 5 hours. You say, damn, I know I done lost a few more $100. I know I done lost a few more $1,000 today. We 2025 was tough because 2025 was tough because it caught us off guard. We didn't expect to see altcoins down the way that they got beat up. We were expecting the opposite. So we got double bamboozled. It was one thing if altcoins would have just traded sideways. No, they didn't trade sideways. They got destroyed. And we were expecting the bull market. We were expecting altcoin season, and it gave us the opposite. So we got hit twice. Tough times in cryptocurrency. If you stood around for 2025, 2026, you'll be okay. You'll be all right. They say, well, let's see who else we got rocking and rolling with. Antoine say, remember Bitcoin already passed the all-time high post-halving? It might be over, bought and pulling back before it hit new all-time high. Before it hit a new all-time high. Well, it already hit a new all-time high a few months ago, October 2025. If it hit a new all-time high again in 2026, that means the cheese has moved. That means the 4-year cycle the 4-year Bitcoin cycle has really moved. That's what we're paying attention to. We're paying attention to the 4-year Bitcoin cycle. The next time Bitcoin should hit over $126,000 should be 2028, 2029. If we're going according to the 4-year Bitcoin cycle. We know it shifted a little bit when the spot Bitcoin ETFs were approved January 2024. Bitcoin for the first time hit its all-time high before, which moved the needle a little bit, but not much. We're talking about the year after the Bitcoin halving is when we always see the new all-time high, and we saw it in 2025. So if we see Bitcoin get above 126, 127 in 2026, that means the cheese has moved. That means all bets are off. Now that is where it's going to get exciting at. Let's see who else we got rocking and rolling with us on this wonderful Sunday afternoon. He said, Coach, can you tell CB to stop tapping hearts on the side? He says, holding that support well, though. And the Bitcoin dominance keep getting rejected at resistance. Look good to me. Yeah, but you know what we're seeing? We keep seeing support held for a little bit. We see support break. We saw that 85K support get held. Boom, support broke. We saw the $80,000 support get held. Boom, support broke. So we're gradually seeing the support get broken, which I vividly remember seeing in 2022. I remember seeing the level support hold, boom, support broke. Next level of support hold, then boom, support broke. I mean, it is eerily similar to 2022. Shane Bowman, 6633. What's going on with you, man? He said, you think AIOZ will make it back to $1? It's possible. Definitely possible. AIOZ did have a great performance. It did get listed on Coinbase, all that good stuff. So definitely got a chance to recover. I think AIOZ is a solid play. I'm gonna see how low it can get. I know a few days ago I did see it at 9 cents, something like that. So who knows where it is at today, but these are some of the things that we are really paying attention to and wondering what type of directions that these particular coins will play out on. Who else we got rocking with us? He say Ethereum is at 180-day low and everything is oversold like an MF. A voice is coming in my opinion about how strong of a bounce. Boy. Hey, my man San Fran fan say this is the best time to buy the dip. You see the fear and greed index is at 18. San Fran said this is the best time to buy the dip. When there's fear in the market, when you're seeing the prices get real low, you talking about things going down extremely low. Solana might be at $99 by now. Man, $99 sound like a pair of Nikes. You go to Foot Locker, you see that sale, $99.99. Only you got size 12. Let me try 12. Let me get the green and let me get the white. Typically, them doggone shoes cost you $169. Let me get two pair. You want to find the low opportunities when the market is low, the discount values. That is what I look for. So, San Fran say, man, y'all better stop being scared and understand that this might be the best time to buy the dip. My man Doug say, turning to watch the Asian market open up on silver and gold. I think the crash will come. I tried some Silver Friday. Coin shop stop buybacks. Why buy, why Bitcoin is the future? Peace. What? So they wouldn't buy it? They wouldn't buy your silver back? Mm. Yeah, we're gonna see what the Asian markets do as they open up after the weekend. Going to be interesting to see what the stock market does, considering that the partial government shutdown is in effect. I mean, it's just always some drama, always some issues. Like we can't never get no peace. It's always some uncertainty. It's always some nervousness. It's always some panic. I mean, it's fear mongering to the left and right. It's just tough market right now. But when these markets are tough, like Miss Cheryl said earlier, millionaires are made in the bear market, not in the bull market. In the bear market, you buying these things at values, at discounted values. Then when the bull market comes, then you can cash in. You can say, you know what? This is everything that I purchased during the fear time, during the bear market. Let me push everything to the table. Let me cash these in right now. Because guess what? I am a millionaire. Let me cash all these in. How do you make that million? I made it in the bear market. I cashed it in the bull market. Mm. Corey Drums, what's going on with you, brother? You say much respect for your Bitcoin analysis, my brother. I appreciate you for hanging out with us on this Sunday afternoon. If this your first time rocking with your boy Stock Holiday, do me a favor, hit that like button again, and hit that subscribe button, and hit that subscribe button again. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Okay, my man Corey said I just subbed. Shouts out to all the new subscribers. I appreciate you, brother Corey. Craig B said we might see Bitcoin hit 126K in 2028. Heck yeah. We see Bitcoin hit 126 in 2028. That will line up with the new hit that we saw in 2024 when we saw Bitcoin hit that 69K in 2020, the year of the Bitcoin halving. Hey, you talking about getting interesting? No, we are in some interesting times right now. If you really got your playbook right, if you really are doing a proper analysis, going back, looking at the previous charts, and trying to make a future projection, like I always say, all you have to do is get it right one time in cryptocurrency. You get it right one time in cryptocurrency, that's it. I don't care if you gotten it right 3 times, gotten it wrong 3 times. You may have messed up and effed up 2 cycles. You say, damn, I done got 2 cycles wrong. Don't worry about that. All you got to do is get it right one time. You hit right in one cycle, that's it. That's it. Excuse me. Who else we got rocking and rolling with us? He said the last run up to 97,000 might have been it. I'm ready to start shorting if we break 73K. Well, and also keep in mind that Bitcoin is very aggressive. So the fact that we're just talking about 77,000, we could go down to 70K overnight, testing 69. 69 is the all-time high from 2021. You talking about 5 years ago? Tough time that we are sitting in. But if you get the plays right, you'll be okay. If you're not panicking too much, you'll be all right. See who else we got rocking with us. My man Peter Westlake. What's going on, brother Pete? Peter Westlake saying, I have a question. If you are in a coin at $1.30 and that coin price drops, is it a good idea to buy and sell the same coin for a better entry? Thanks. So if you're in a coin at $1.30 and that coin price drops, is it a good idea to buy? Yeah, if you entered at $1.30 and it dropped to $1.05 and you buy it, that's called dollar cost averaging. All you're doing is lowering the average of what your buy price is. That's called a dollar cost average, which is what a lot of people do, especially during times when the markets are dipping. People don't know where the exact bottom is. So you dollar cost average. You say, okay, I see Solana got to $118. I'm gonna buy it there. It dipped all the way down to $100. I'm gonna buy it there. If it get down to 91 or $89, I'm gonna buy it there. That's called dollar cost averaging. And then when the market start to recover, then the same way you dollar cost average in, you can dollar cost average out, which you can sell with the same dollar cost average approach. Solana get to 120, I'm gonna sell a percentage there. Solana get to 130, I'm gonna sell a percentage there. Hopefully that was what you were asking. Let's see who else we got rocking and rolling with us. He says crazy how things in crypto are tanking, but some stocks are going up. Yeah, the stock market, eventually the stock market is going to go down because the stock market cannot continue to go up. Stock market has been near all-time highs for a very long time, so eventually it is going to come down also. Same way stocks went down in 2022. Doug 76 say, oh shoot, gold just crashed over $170 per ounce. Silver over $5 in the first few minutes of trade. What? Queen B God 69. You must be a racist. Let me go ahead and remove you. Or let me see, what can I do? Let me hide you from the channel. How about that? Took care of you, so you don't got to worry about no more racist comments before. Look like Craig Beats already timed you out. That boy got hit from both sides. You got hit from the creator and the moderator, boy. He said they just opened. You can see it on Trading View. Joe Morris, what's going on with you, my brother? He says still accumulating for future 2030. That is what it's all about, man. That is what it's all about. Accumulating, getting ready for the next time we see explosive pumps. Imagine those folks who were, those of us and other folks who were buying in 2022 and 2023. Then 2024 came. The largest, the largest my portfolio was during this particular cycle was March 2024. March 2024, God, my portfolios were heavy. I had so much money in my portfolio. I had so much money in my portfolios March 2024. I said, damn, imagine what 2025 gonna look like. I said, imagine what 2025 was gonna look like. But not knowing that that baby altcoin season was it. That was it. So let's see who else we got rocking and rolling with us. He said, if you look at inflation over time, then your mindset should be everything will go up eventually, is how I look at it. He said, not gonna lie, Bitcoin could drop to 69, 67K this week. Not gonna lie, is right. To be honest, the market dipping doesn't bother me. I'm immune to it. Well, you know what? At this point, a lot of us are immune to it. Um, I know I am. You know, the money I got in those portfolios, sad to say, money, even though it is like a cash, it could become real money, but I don't look at it as like it's real money because I don't, thank God I don't need it right now. I don't need it to um, fund my lifestyle, to pay any bills or anything like that. So that's the good part. And that's what and how everyone should be moving with cryptocurrency, especially because it's such a new asset, very volatile. Some of these coins will end up going to zero. Some of the coins I have will end up going to zero. I know that. I'm okay with that. So that it just is what it is at that point. So let's see who else we got rocking and rolling with us. Tokyo is open. London soon too. Silver is almost down another 6% down. Damn. Charles Banks, what's going on, brother? He's saying Salsudo is going to be the best meme ever. Let's take a look at these markets and see what these charts are showing. Yeah, that means it's gonna be the wild, wild west tomorrow. Damn, Solana got down to $98. Good. Let's see what's I show silver at $76.70 for the in the after. Oh, maybe that was the after hours for Friday. I got you. Yeah, gold and silver come out red on Monday. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. After already getting beat up and beat down Friday, Ethereum 2002. Wait, I see Bitcoin at, oh, Bitcoin did dip to 75. Now it's back at 76.7. Damn, Bitcoin got to 75.7. Now it's up 1,000 in a matter of a few minutes. It right back up $1,000. So you know, I talked about how the remember last year, Liberation Day, Bitcoin did touch $75,000. So that could also be our new floor. That could be our new floor, or the 4-year cycle is going to come into play. I mean, there's so many different scenarios with how 2026 can push. We saw Bitcoin get to $76,000 in 2025. Then after that, we saw it run all the way up to $126,000. We saw altcoins get beat down during that same period, recovered a little bit. Even Solana had got down to $100 um, early 2025 also. when Bitcoin got to 76,000, Solana was at its same point. So that right there gives me great comfort in knowing that those two coins were aligned. Liberation Day 2025, Bitcoin got to 76. Liberation Day 2025, Solana got to $100. And right now we're seeing a $76,000 Bitcoin, and we're also seeing a $100 Solana. So that shows that Solana is doing what it's supposed to be doing, which is following and tracking the market. Bitcoin is the market. It's called a 4-year Bitcoin cycle. So interesting to watch these markets and to watch Bitcoin move the way it is, because yeah, you see 75K, then you see it crank back up to 77, 78, and then boom, that thing could go down to 74, 73. That's what took place in 2022. That's how we saw the declines happen. So it feels like a Lifetime movie. It feels like a Cinemax movie, like you go into the theater. Let me get my popcorn ready. Let me get my large Coca-Cola ready with a lot of ice. Let me recline my seat in this movie theater, and let me watch this movie called Cryptocurrency, starring Wise Mind. I'll call him back. Let me get me a good seat, see what's going on. They keep talking about this thing called Bitcoin. Everybody talking about it might go to $1,000,000. I'm looking at Bitcoin right now. It's at $76,000 when the movie opened up. When the movie go on, will it be looked at like a drama, or will it be looked at like a horror movie? Will people be panicking, running? What type of movie is this cryptocurrency thing? So 2026 is going to be around for the record books. Timothy Williams, what's going on, brother? He said, Coach, what do you think what happening to Bitcoin is? He said, do you think what's happening to Bitcoin is coordinated? No, I believe that this is just part of the 4-year Bitcoin cycle. Earlier, we talked about how the previous cycle, 2020 Bitcoin halving, the year after the Bitcoin halving, you see the all-time high, we got to $69,000. The year after 2021, after Bitcoin hit, fast forward to the new Bitcoin halving 2024. The year after the Bitcoin halving of 2024 was 2025. We saw $106,000. The year after the Bitcoin halving hit, after Bitcoin hit its all-time high, we are typically seeing a bear market. See crypto miner. Where are we at right now? 2026, the year after 2025, after we seen Bitcoin all-time high. So I don't believe that it's manipulated and coordinated as far as that part. I believe that this is just part of the 4-year Bitcoin cycle that was set and construed when Bitcoin was launched. Whatever timer it was that they programmed Bitcoin with, Mr. Satoshi, when he set that timer, you know how some people set TNT bombs. They set a timer. They say this bomb is going to go off in 60 seconds or in 24 hours. This doggone Bitcoin cycle has been set to the T. The year of the Bitcoin halving, the same thing been happening. The year after the Bitcoin halving, the same thing been happening. The year after that, the same thing been happening. So that timer has been set, and it has been playing out to the T each cycle. So I don't think it's anything with a coordinated manipulation type thing as far as that. I think that's just part of the 4-year cycle that was set up on initial launch. He said, that's why I don't overinvest like some people do. I triple down and make sure I don't need the money. He said, this is market manipulation 100%. Pokey underscore AK say, nah, this is straight BS. This market manipulation, man. Only way you could describe what is going on is straight market manipulation. Well, if you heavy in altcoins, that will definitely make sense. But at the same time, understand what altcoins are. Altcoins are I'll talk about that later. Altcoins are like a multi-level marketing type deal where you really need to pull people in for the coin to continue to be successful, for the price to continue to go up as people get in. The people at the top take money out, but if you got no more people coming in, then the project will crumble. The people at the top will still take money out, but if no more people are coming in at the bottom, you're not bringing in any new investors, then the project is going to fold. And that is where retail investors have always been so important. We didn't see the increase, we didn't see the incoming of retail investors this cycle, hence why altcoins have been obliterated. Let's see who else we got rocking and rolling with us. Charles Banks, man, it's the best time to be buying. He says it's crazy with all this Epstein stuff going on with Ripple and Stellar too. True. He said Bit Sword Town is the Bitcoin of AI. He said, yeah, your boy Trump a whole PDF out here. Man, hey, don't talk bad about Tony Trump's uncle, man. He said, hey, what you think about the privacy coin sector? Man, there's just so many sectors with these altcoins. It is really hard to identify what is what. So many different narratives, and then you ask yourself how solid, how true, how real are these various narratives that are continues to be pushed on us. They're pushing them on us for a reason. Just how we talked about the MLM type format, that you need more retail investors to continue to come into your product and your project. Otherwise, your project will crumble, like a lot of the altcoins that we saw crumble down 70, 80, 90%. Retail investors just didn't fool with us in 2025 like they did in 2021. So let's see who else we got rocking and rolling with us. He say, Mr. Holiday, who do you have winning the Super Bowl? Shouts out to Little the bodyguard. Who we got? Seattle and we got St. Louis. LA Rams. That's gonna be tough, man. Um, Seattle got that defense. They say defense win championships, but that damn what's that receiver name for LA Rams? The boy he out here from my area too. I used to work with his auntie. The damn boy that used to be on. He was on the Raiders, and he was on the Green Bay Packers. Devontae Adams. That Devontae Adams is the cold. Shut your mouth, man. So you got Devontae Adams. You got the quarterback for the Rams. You got the quarterback. He's seasoned. He's a veteran. Not Matthew Stafford. Forgot his name, but I'm kind of leaning towards the Rams. I'll pick the Rams, man. I'm gonna pick the Rams. It's gonna be a good game. Um, Not a lot of high profile players on either team, so it's not a lot of the popular teams that a lot of people wanted to see. But it's still the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl always attracts a lot of people. One of the most hyped up events in America, for sure, probably the world. So everybody's waiting for it, man. Let me know who you got. Who you picking, man? You picking Seattle or you picking the Rams? I got to get my price picks in. Matter of fact, I got to make sure I get my Super Bowl squares in. I think my buddy charging $100 per square. I got to make sure I get me a couple of squares. Oh, it's the Patriots. That's right. Oh, I'm picking the Patriots, man. Oh, the Patriots gonna dog Seattle. I forgot. It's the young guy. What's the little quarterback name? Oh man, the Patriots all the way. 100% Patriots. That quarterback, man. Man, I can't remember. I didn't watch too much. I didn't watch a lot of football this season, but I know that little young quarterback. What's that boy now? He says it's going to be an ugly year. Stocks crashing, crypto crashing, selective housing dips, incoming recession, a diddler for president. Damn it, man. Boy, you said a mouthful. You ain't lying about that. Stock market crashing, crypto crashing, selective housing dips, incoming recession, and the diddler for president. Boy, you can't ask for a worse gumbo mix than that. Rayls. Tony Trump was probably on the island his damn self. Man, free Tony Trump. He said, I need to check Rayls. All right, I'm gonna check that out, crypto chart. Rayls. Seattle and the Patriots. Yeah, the Rams are out. Drake, Drake May. Drake May, man. Yeah, he the dude. Peter Westlake say he want to see what? Bring me back to the 80s, please. The $80,000 Bitcoin or the 1980s? The 1980s was beautiful. 80s? The 80s was beautiful. My college years were beautiful. The economy was doing well. In the 90s, the economy was doing well under President Clinton. I'll never forget my economics class. The teacher was a Hispanic fellow. I don't know. I think he was Hispanic, but he used to, maybe he's a different nationality, but he used to always call Bill Clinton. He used to always say President Clinton. So that's how I kind of correlate when President Clinton was in office based on what year I took my economics class. Let's see who we got rocking and rolling with us. He says it's going to be wild out here for the Super Bowl. Bar's going to be packed. Oh yeah, that's right. You in that New England area out there. Yeah, it's going to be lit, man. You know, nothing like the Super Bowl. Yeah, the 1980s, man. Heck yeah, we need to get back to the 80s. What did I study? I got an accounting degree. I studied finance and accounting. I got an accounting degree. Then I got a master's in business. Um, when I graduated, 96, got an accounting degree. Uh, 3 years after that, got a master's in business. So I did 4, 5, 6, like 7 years straight in college. So got that out the way, which is a beautiful thing. Glad that I did that. So, you know, whenever you got that paperwork, that's one thing that they can't take away from you. I could go a lot of places right now and get hired to uh, run a company, to run the finances, to run operations. I mean, so definitely a good thing you got that paperwork. They can't take that away from you, and they can't take that experience from you either. So always have been a good thing to fall back on throughout the years that I've noticed. So definitely a great decision. A lot of people say, "Oh, well, school ain't for everybody." I get it, but man, that has been one of the throughout my life. That's been one of the things that's been there for me that I've always been able to fall back on when times got tough. Appreciate you asking that question, brother Westlake. He said, I'm retired at 48. I was an electronics engineer, had 2 heart attacks. Bless your heart. I'm glad that you hear that you doing well. You still here with us, man, after having 2 heart attacks. But retired at 48, that is beautiful. All right, two. Well, yeah, 2 heart attacks. That means God say, man, now you going back out there with them DJing. Said, nah, I ain't ready for you yet. Boy, you had two heart attacks. You still here with her? Boy, you are the man. Shouts out to Peter Westlake, man, for still hanging out with us on a Sunday afternoon with the Stockton family. Timothy Williams, what's going on, brother? He say, we made you get into. He say, oh, what made you get into crypto? I got into crypto in 2000. I think the end of 2017. A buddy of mine introduced me to cryptocurrency. He say, man, you need to check out this Bitcoin or whatever. I'm like, man, what's that? So he tried to explain it to me. I'm like, man, I'm cool. I don't know what that is. I'm not putting my money in no stuff. I don't know what it is. He said, man, let me just show you. My wife created an account. She put a few $100s in there. It turned into a few thousand. I said, what? So he got my attention when he told me how it multiplied. I said, damn, let me check it out. So he tried to explain it to me. He couldn't. So his wife was able to get on a three-way. She showed me how to open up my account. I think it was Bittrex is the platform, and we use Binance. Back then, you were able to use Binance if you were in the United States. Then Binance pushed this out later, but we were running Binance. So that's what got me involved in cryptocurrency. We bought XRP at very low levels. We ran XRP all the way up. We were around when it hit $3 and almost $4, I think in 2018. But I got in November 2017 because I was buying Litecoin at almost 400 bucks. He like, man, get this Litecoin. I'm like, okay. So we buying Litecoin and all other kind of stuff. Really didn't know. We didn't know that people was on YouTube. Or I didn't know people was on YouTube back then making videos to where you could kind of keep up. So it was just a learning lesson that we all go through as newbies in cryptocurrency. Probably worse then because it's more profile, it's more popular now. But back then, wasn't nobody talking about cryptocurrency, wasn't nobody talking about Bitcoin. Or we really didn't have any guidance, excuse me, to go off of. It was just, being a lone wolf trying to figure it out. So, and after that, just fell in love with it, made a lot of money, lost a lot of money with it because I didn't know about taking profits and all that stuff, but that's how you learn. So that's my little chat about my cryptocurrency initiation. He said that's a fact. That's what's up, especially if you got a degree back in the 80s or 90s. Yep. He said, oof, 8 stints. Oof, boy, you lucky. Yeah, he said it's time to sit back and relax, man. Um, Make sure this cryptocurrency don't stress you out, boy. Cryptocurrency probably give you a ninth stint. It'll probably add another stint. We don't want no crypto stints, man. So shouts out to my brother Peter Westlake. E Money 8877. What's going on with you, brother? He say, what up, OG Stock? I'm DCA playing the violin. I ain't going nowhere. He said he dollar cost averaging into the market, buying these dips while he's sitting on the Titanic playing the violin. We on the Titanic right now. Some of us dollar cost averaging in. It's kind of like sitting around at the gambling at the poker table, playing the violin, dollar cost averaging in. How much you want to put up? Let me put up a few more chips. Oh, get a little bit more water in the boat. Let me put up a few more chips. What? You gonna put up some more chips and you see this water coming in the boat? But we understand what's going on. We understand buy low, sell high. What are the markets doing right now? They're showing us some low points. Markets are showing us some low points right now. He say 100% no stress. Man, nothing can affect after that, bro. Whew. Hey, the Titanic. Hey, you gotta. Hey, we've been on the Titanic for a little bit. Craig Beach, boy. Hey, matter of fact, we should start a meme coin. I'm gonna start a meme coin tonight. It's gonna be called Like Craig B said, we're gonna start the Peter Westlake meme coin. It's gonna be called Stint Inu. Or maybe we could just call it Peter Westlake. Maybe we should start a Peter Westlake meme coin. Let me know if y'all down. I'll create a Peter Westlake meme coin. Oh man. Stint Inu. Hey, boy, dealing with these cryptocurrency markets, we all mess around and have some stints. Watching these doggone prices get out of control. Watching Solana go down to $70, $60. Bitcoin get to 35, $40. If you ain't prepared, you're gonna get a couple of stints. You're gonna get a couple of stints. So be careful. Don't take this stuff too much. Don't internalize it too much. Don't overextend yourself. Don't invest more than you're willing to lose. And don't have your wife calling me talking about stock while you have my husband putting his money in these coins. Don't have your wife on my page commenting, saying stock holiday. My husband didn't tell me he was buying cryptocurrency. Because I'm not coming to court. I'm not coming to court testifying if she is ready to take half. She might take half your Bitcoin. Yeah, but the fear and greed index is telling us a lot right now. The fact that we're at 18, that right there is very alarming to kind of give us the direction of probably where we're heading into. If we see Bitcoin below $70,000, it shouldn't shock anybody. The stock market will not continue to go up. When the stock market start to dip and go down, you can best believe Bitcoin is going to go down even further than what it's doing right now. This is nothing. $76,000 Bitcoin is still very heavy. $75,000 Bitcoin is still very heavy. Now you hear some people talk about 2026 could be a super cycle. The fact that everybody think it's going to be doom and gloom, everybody think it's going to be a bear market, it could go the other way. If Bitcoin could hold that $70,000 range that we hit back in April 2025, if it could bounce off that and give us some type of miraculous conception to where Bitcoin's born again, to where altcoins are born again, who knows what we could see in 2026. So never counting out any type of scenario. This is cryptocurrency. This is the wild, wild west. Anybody could get it. Any coin could get it. Any period, any time, things can happen. But we got to pay close attention. 2026 will tell it all. After 2026 plays out, there's going to be no more secrets. 2026 is going to tell us a lot about the 4-year Bitcoin cycle. Going to tell us a lot about altcoins. We already know what it told us about the current administration. We've seen and see what type of hype they're on. So no need in discussing that anymore. We know what time it is. So 2028, we're going to have a new administration, a new presidential election. 2028, also Bitcoin halving. We saw what happened in 2024. Bitcoin halving, what happened in 2024 presidential election. Same thing lines up every 4 years. Hence, the 4-year cycle is still solid as a doggone rock. So you can't cry and complain when a 4-year cycle is doing what it's supposed to do. You can't cry and complain when a 4-year cycle is showing you a bear market. 4-year cycle is showing you the crypto winter. Why? Because it shows you that every doggone 4 years. Nothing surprising, nothing out of the ordinary. And if it's surprising you, it's because that you don't understand what the 4-year Bitcoin cycle does. You don't understand the way that it plays out. Now, if it plays out differently this year, if we see Bitcoin hit a new all-time high in 2026, the 4-year cycle is twisted. If we see Bitcoin go to $50,000, the 4-year cycle is doing what it's supposed to be doing. You can't cry. Don't be trying to go get another stint. None of that stuff. It is doing what it's supposed to be doing. So, interesting to see how things, as always. Rice and peas, cup of tea. What's going on with you, man? Peter Westlake said, I really do love the crypto community. You gotta love it. Even if we're all skint eating beans and toast. He said 30% drop in the S&P is inevitable. Bitcoin 28 to 36K. That sounds horrendous, but that's reality. What, $76,000? My man talking about a 26, $36,000 Bitcoin? That sounds nasty, but that is what we call the harsh reality. He said, what about the new Fed chair? He has face I would like to slap. I don't know why. I think I was kind of thinking the same thing. Not quite that, but I'm like, this dude he looks shiesty to me. He just got a face of a scam artist to me, man. I'd be with the goat. What's going on with you, brother? He said, doesn't matter. Good prices right now, regardless. Definitely. And that's why dollar cost averaging technique is so important because you buy at the levels at the dips and you don't know if it's going to go up or go back down, but at least you got into that particular point during the dip. You bought during the dip. You didn't buy in the green, you bought in the red, which is what and that has always been shown to be the best strategy. So just going to continue to see how this thing plays out another day in the world of cryptocurrency. There's always drama in crypto, always drama surrounding Bitcoin, especially altcoins. There's so many altcoins and so many people have relationships and are emotionally tied to the various assets. So many people are going to be let down. So many people have already been let down by seeing these altcoins get drained out, seeing these altcoins go down to almost zero. Talking about losing 90%. So if you had $100 in your coin, now it's $10. Mm, that's tough. Losing 90% is never fun. Losing 90% of the value of your portfolio or of your coin is never fun. So um, it's a day-to-day thing. It's a week-to-week thing. Just relax, strategize, do portfolio analysis as needed. Don't get married to any play. Understand that some of these coins are going to go to zero. Pay attention to what these developers are telling you. Do they have faces like the new Fed chairman? What's his name? Marsh? Kevin, what's his name? Marsh? Something like that? Doing your due diligence is very important. You're the CEO. You don't want to be fired as the CEO of your own portfolio. You don't want to have to look yourself in the mirror and fire yourself because you wasn't prepared. You wasn't doing your due diligence in deciding which coins you should keep and which coins you should depart from. Usually, when everyone thinks everything is going to zero, it rebounds. Eventually, people have been saying Bitcoin is going to zero for the past 15 years. Yeah, I don't think anybody has a problem with Bitcoin. We understand that Bitcoin goes up, goes down, but ultimately it's always making a new all-time high. So if you bought Bitcoin at $125,000, eventually you will be in a profit. Eventually it's going to make an all-time high, but it's the altcoins to where a lot of people have gotten in trouble. Most people are heavily positioned in altcoins versus Bitcoin. So that is why there's so much nauseated feelings in cryptocurrency because people were not heavily positioned and diverse in Bitcoin, and now they've been dragged and is getting dragged with these altcoins that was promising 50x, 100x, 200x, whatever the developers and community were pushing. Whatever narrative they were pushing, things have came up very short. So that's the issue that I'm seeing a lot of folks have. Diamond Balls, what's going on, man? He said, Coach, didn't you buy some butt coin? Did I bought a little bit. I did, but I see that coin had been running up pretty good. A lot of those, there's a few coins over there, man. I've been swing trading on that moonshot app, man. That's where I've been making my profits at. Other coin I got into, um, there's a few coins I got into over there. I think one of them is, let me see, open up my portfolio. Let me see. That moonshot, boy, you never know what you're gonna see when you open up your portfolio. You don't know if you're gonna be up a couple thousand or down a couple thousand. It takes so long for this app to open. Beautiful day out today. I think the Pro Bowl is on today too. I'm gonna have to catch the highlights of the Pro Bowl. Ooh, portfolio down. You never know what you're gonna get when you open up this app, boy. Golly. Yeah, I'm about to sell these coins, man. It's like, and with these coins, what I'm also noticing is that you get any little bit of pump, don't try to be greedy. You find a little bit of pump, you make 3, 4, 500 bucks. I'm selling. Prior to this, I used to wait till I made a few thousand. Now I'm out of there. 3, 4, 500 bucks. So not sitting around waiting. I'm not pressing my luck. As soon as them profits come, I'm snatching, running away. They're gonna be like, "Who sold that? Who sold that big old bag?" Me. Dumped him, taking profits. This one here, the past hour, I'm up. He go up a little bit more. I'm gonna dump him. I'm gonna take profits. Okay, it's another coin. Okay. Yeah, man. It's cryptocurrency is interesting, man. Very interesting. So, like to say, don't invest more than what you're willing to lose, because you could open up your portfolio one day, that thing be low. Like, oh shit, I done lost. Shit, I could have did this with that money. I could have did that. I could have went and bought me some crab, some shrimp, some steak. I could have went and bought me a bottle of yada. He said Bitcoin is volatile than an MF. You ain't lying about that, boy. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, super volatile. Big time player, what's going on, man? He say, is crypto dead now? Nah, crypto's not dead. It's just called crypto winter, man. When crypto, you know what happens in crypto winter? You know what the bears do when the winter time comes? They just hibernate. It look like ain't no bears around. Look like ain't no bears around. They tucked away. That's what it's looking like right now. It looked like it's dead. Like where everybody at? You drive through the block, why the block look dead? Where everybody at? Why crypto ain't pumping? It's crypto winter. It's what's supposed to happen. Most folks are hibernating. Most folks are dollar cost averaging in. They buying stuff and getting ready. They buying more eggs, getting ready, storing it away. Buying more meat, storing it away. He said crypto ain't dead. He said I'm fixing to sell everything and buy butt coin on the dip. Yeah, yeah, you can. I mean, you can do that. You can do that. I like to buy these coins when they beat down. After they pump, I wait till they come down. He said if I need breakout of 2 cents all time high, he said, "Now the Clarity Act hasn't passed yet. Crypto is still alive, man. That Clarity Act is full of BS too. That Clarity Act is just, I think it's full of BS if you ask me. I think that's just going to be more ways to increase manipulation. Then you take a look at the part that Robinhood is playing in with all this stuff. You take a look at the part that Coinbase is playing in with all this stuff. Even Binance, man, these doggone cryptocurrency exchanges is right there in the mix. They making their money. They doing what they need to do to make their money. Um, and then you've seen recently, even Coinbase said, you know what, we want to take part in some of these small meme coins too. Let us list some of these Solana coins on our platform. Coinbase ain't never got down like that. Coinbase ain't never got down like that. Even Binance, Coinbase. If you saw a coin listed on Binance or a coin listed on Coinbase, that automatically told you up front it's a solid coin. Nowadays, these platforms are listing anything. Any coin could get added and listed over at Coinbase. Mm-mm. Nah, it's a whole different market that we in right now. Yeah, it's gonna put the spotlight on them too, for sure. Cold Crypto, what's going on with you, man? Crypto Code. He say it's a fake out. Look at the weekly and the daily time frame. Multiple bullish divergences. $5 billion just liquidated the market, per Peter Westlake. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting to see what direction to go. If the bullish divergences do or will sway the market and pull it up, will that just be a temporary relief rally that will send us into a further decline, getting us below to where we are now, getting us back to the 69, $68,000 range? Who knows? He said, "Do you think Toshi can recover?" Well, Toshi is like a lot of the other meme coins, the Mudangs and the Turbo meme coins, so forth and so on. It's going to be tough to see which one of these coins can recover because, like I just mentioned, even some of the coins that was listed on Coinbase, these coins can't even be considered as something that we should be taking serious because Coinbase have been with the SHIT. Robinhood has been with the SHIT because these platforms are all about making money too. Last cycle, there was a lot more integrity with the exchanges. This cycle, they said, F it. Let me just go ahead and list anything. So now the fact that these coins are listed on Coinbase don't mean nothing no more. Don't mean nothing no more. Last cycle, it meant something. If a coin was on Coinbase, we knew, oh, it's going to come back. It's a solid coin. This cycle is different. It is different. So you can't really say what's going to recover. A coin like Toshi, and I'm still trying to get my computer set up. I want to show you guys the charts on what I'm looking at, the kind of things that I have noticed, especially since being over there in the DJing world. We see these coins. Their lifespan is like 7 days, 8 days. We see them start off. We see the coins run up. We see them pump for 3 days. After they pump, all it takes is one, two, or three big sales. Once those sales happen, these coins come crashing down. And these coins are nowhere, nothing different than some of these other coins like Toshi, Turbo coins, and some of the other ones. I want to show you guys that diagram on the chart. So maybe next week I'll have everything set up where I can share my screen. But um, some of the things I'm taking a look at and I'm paying attention to, man, a lot of these coins not coming back. He say, "How you doing, Stock? Glad to see you doing the do." Crypto Codes, good to see you too, man. Glad you still coming to hang out with us on these stock holiday shows like we do. We go live periodically throughout the week. So I appreciate you for continuing to support the stock holiday show, and glad that you still doing well also. But we're just taking it patient, taking it one day at a time, and continuing to watch the markets on a daily basis. He said, "We've been oversold for like a week now. He ain't lying, but we just saw another impulse move down though." Jeffrey, what's going on, man? He say, "Let's not freak out about this. We have 4 to 7 months to tell us which way we going. I'm buying the dips." So Jeffrey say, "Relax, man. Don't panic. Don't freak out. Just watch how the markets go. We still got a few more months to kind of give us some direction as far as what way the markets are going to go. Will we start to get in the $60,000 range? Will we break the 70s, or will we hold the supports of the 74, the number that we hit in April 2025? What type of market will 2026 deliver to us?" So just relax, be patient, and let's see how it goes. Shouts out to my man Jeffrey. Mr. Impeccable, what's going on with you, man? He said, "I hope we stay in a bear to the end of the year." Crypto Code say Jasmy just created another bullish divergence as well. Diamond Ball said that's crazy that Coinbase did that with the memes. It's all about money at the end of the day, man. You know, the integrity is no longer as strong as it used to be. Folks know that they could get away with a lot more. Binance and CZ was penalized when they did the little foolishness a few years ago. Gary Gensler put the slap down on them. Now they know that Gary Gensler is no longer around. People are able to move around and do crazy things with the new pro crypto administration. Mm, how pro are they? How pro are they? He said Toshi can, but it needs a Binance listing ASAP. If not, 0.0005 tops on a Bitcoin pump. 97K. He said, "I'm all in on Sui. I like Sui. Sui is one of the coins that I will be dollar cost averaging in as these dips continue to produce." Now Bitcoin want to push to 78K with his jumping around like a meme coin. You say Bitcoin jumping around like a meme coin? He said YouTube held Peter's last comment. Why? I don't know. I don't know why they smashing on Peter, Mr. Meme Coin. I thought that was you when I saw that message is held for review. Let's see. What message is it? Potentially inappropriate messages are held for review. I don't even see what the message is. Okay, I guess is YouTube doing the instant replay. I don't know what he said. Obsidian, the code keeper, what's going on with you, brother? As Bitcoin fights as the bears and the bulls fight, as they tussle and wrestle, as Bitcoin tried to do a little bit of a recovery. $77,700 for one Bitcoin right now. We did touch $75,000 a few minutes ago. 75K. What's that the bottom? We did hit that same level back on April 11th. April 11th, 2025, we hit $76,000. Same level that we hit today. Interesting. 2026 is going to reveal and tell us everything that we need to know. It's going to no longer be any mysteries or any secrets. Damn, is gold pumping? Do y'all see gold pumping? I'm looking at the pre-markets of gold. I see $4,841, up 2%. What's silver doing? Silver still okay. Silver up 1.67%, but silver was down 30%. So typically, after something is down 30%, those are buying opportunities. In one day, man, eat that up. If you was thinking about buying silver, when it's down 30%, dollar cost average in. Silver is like altcoins. They go up and go down a lot faster than gold. Gold is Bitcoin. That's why they call Bitcoin the digital gold. That's why they call Bitcoin digital gold. See who else we got rocking with us, man, before I get up off this Jeep, man. It was the message about Suey. What? What? So Bitcoin, I mean, YouTube didn't like the Suey message? Wow. YouTube be on me. I remember when they took my channel down, I said, what? Man, they took my channel down right during the bull market or when Bitcoin was pumping. I'm like, God dang it, at all time day. I channel down. I said, what? But we're gonna continue to watch how these markets play themselves out. Tomorrow's the another day. This is February 1st. We know what happened February 1st last year. We know we saw the bloodbath of 2025. That was probably the one of the worst days of 2025. Then we saw Liberation Day, April 11th, 2025. So always good and important to keep those dates in your mental to try to pay attention to what could possibly happen in the new year. So February 1st, we got January out the way. January ended with a Bitcoin of what we at 78, 77, 79,000. 4 consecutive months in the red. Nasty. I'm talking about nasty. Who would have thought? Not me. I would have lost that bet if you would have said October, November, December, and January, Bitcoin would be in the red. Oh, I would have lost that. You'd have took all my money, just like the market took all my money, my portfolio. Big time players say, please like and subscribe to the channel. Only 300 odd days till Christmas. Man, we got a long time. I don't think Santa Claus is real. I don't think Santa Claus is. I used to believe in Santa Claus rally. I don't think Santa Claus is real. Is Santa Claus real? Is there really reindeers? Are there really elves? Is there really a Santa Claus? Santa Claus don't exist, man. Santa Claus rally was supposed to happen last year. Old Saint Nick was MIA. Everything showed up but old Saint Nick. Santa Claus didn't arrive. We saw the Grinch show up. The Grinch stole Christmas. That did show up. It was the Grinch that stole Christmas. Even Peter Westlake said he didn't see Santa Claus. Said he's upset right now. So we're gonna continue to watch these markets. We're gonna continue to watch how the rest of the next 11 months play themselves out for 2026. I appreciate y'all for always coming to support the Stock Holiday Show, hanging out with your boy, and that's all I got for you on this one. It's your boy, Stock Holiday, and I'm out.